It's dragon feather. I finally finished making my runes. I have them, and since I just finished them, I'm going to make a video on how to use them. But here, let me just show you an example of one. You should have 24 or 25 if you're going to make a blank one. But this is just, they all have, the rune is painted the light blue, and the other one is painted the dark blue. Here's another one that needs to be finished. Some of them came out and they were a little sad, but like I said in other videos, I'm very pro for making your own things, and if you have the resources to make your own runes, I say go for it. And it wasn't too hard. It was actually a lot of fun, and a lot of people in the class were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just making runes because I'm cool like that." So anyway, how to use runes. There's different ways to use them. If you guys haven't seen my rune video already, I made a rune video about the different runes and their meanings, and they're in there. So what you do is you take your bag, this is the bag I'm using, and they're kind of loud when they hit each other, I'm sorry, but you take it and you think of a question, or like a fortune if you want a fortune, and you just move the bag like this. Sorry, it's kind of loud. You just hold like this and think of it, and like I said, there's more than one way to do this. You can take it out and just pull one out. And I pulled this one out. I'm still learning the names of them. I don't know the name of this one. And whatever it means would correspond and answer your question. Another way to do them is you would take them like this. I don't have a table, so you can take them like this and like throw them all out. I'm only going to throw a couple out. Throw them like all out on the table, right? And so like, let's just say this is all of them, but it's not. And see how some of them are face down? That means that the information isn't available at the time. You see what I'm saying? And obviously you do the same thing again. You would squish the bag and think of the, you know, what your question is, and you know, really like, how is this going to happen, or how am I going to do this, or should I get out of this relationship? Things like that, you know, not too complicated, I guess, unless you want to ask a really complicated question, because you can do that with runes. And you throw them all out on the table, and all the blank ones means information is unavailable, or you decide, and then all the face ones up will hopefully correspond to something, or you'll have to figure out what they correspond to. And another way of doing it is you can have a setup. I know some people who have a setup. Here, this is my table. They have 4. I only grabbed 3. Hold on. And you pull out 4 individually of the bag, and you have 4 right here. And this is the elemental plot. You have, well, depending on what your elemental directions are, mine would be, well, for you guys, because this is going to be, let's just say this is north, so this would be air, this would be water, this would be earth, and this would be fire. For you guys. I have crap in my throat. Ugh, pneumonia, not fun. And you would just go individually around and read the rune and read what it says, and whatever like the element corresponds to also corresponds to things that are in your life that relate to that element, if that makes sense. So like the fire one would be for like love and passion and friendship and things of the sort. So that runes are not too difficult to use. But if you don't, you're like, well, what do they mean? Go check out my other rune video. I did a, it's just like runes and their meanings, basically. Just search like runes on my channel or whatever to find it. I do have a lot of videos. But anyway, yeah, that's how to use runes. If you want to make some, I've seen people make them out of twigs. I've seen them make them out of river stones. Beans. I've seen, excuse me, obviously I did a ceramics one. I've seen them done on shells, like smaller shells, and anything that you can think of that you have an abundance of, you can make runes on them. And you know, all you have to do is search online and the different symbols, and it'll give you all of them, and you just write them down, and there you go, and it works. And they're Runes are one of my other favorite types of divination. Before I got my actual set of, I hit myself in the face with the string. Before I got my actual set of runes, I was using pieces of paper. So the ones that I showed you in the video, if you've seen my other one, my divination video, I'm like, this means this. I would actually use those for divination stuff. So I like them. I like runes. They're fun. So I'm gonna have to go bless these and do all the sorts of funness that goes along with getting new things. But yeah, I hope this helped, and until next time, blessed be, and bye-bye.